Welcome to the Whole Truth, Nothing But the Truth podcast, where we talk life, love, and everything in between. I am your host, Jason Jarrod, and welcome to season 2, dawg! Yeah! They said I wouldn't do it. They said I wouldn't make it. I don't know whose song that is, but I just thank y'all. Thank you. Yeah. Season 2, baby. Season 2. We are here. Now, we got a lot to catch up on, guys. Now, there has been a lot of progress on some things I know I talked about last season that I was going to do. I got to catch y'all up on that. I got on the apps. I did a couple of dates. I said a couple. Now we gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? The holidays were great. I spent some time with my family. I spent some downtime with myself and just enjoyed being off of work and forgetting what it was that I did for a living for quite some time. And I just enjoyed it. And I hope all of you guys enjoyed your holidays as well. And I hope that you guys will fill me in and let me know what happened, what didn't happen on the holiday. Did anybody get a new boo? I didn't get a new boo. No, I didn't get a new boo. No, I didn't get a new boo. So I can't wait to catch y'all up. I'm just saying. So, but in the midst of all of that, you know, continuing to grow and to evolve into the person that you see sitting before you today, you know, and continuing to just take bigger steps to own my territory, take up space, and put respect on my name and all of that there and the other. You see them. I just want to stop for a second. You see the material. Now, we had talked last season about somebody had tried to ghost me, you know, whatever. I don't know what that was about, you know. I don't know who this individual is, you know, God bless them. But, you know, so there was some fruit that came from those things. You know, some things that people thought may have been a setback for me were actually a come up for me. So I got a hoodie line. Let's just catch up real quick. I got a hoodie line. He's a fashion designer. The Material Collection, www.materialcollection.com is where you can find one of these bad boys right here. You see the material. It is a affirmation to self. It is a friendly reminder to self to remind yourself who you are and who you are not. And those who are approaching to know who you are and who you're not. You see the material. Tread lightly. Don't do it. We got a few more other colors that are available in this as well. So if you would go ahead and check out www.materialcollection.com. Yes, shameless plug moment. So we got so much to catch up on. I'm so excited to see y'all when I see y'all. But, you know, talk to y'all. I'm just, you know, catching up. So we got an iPad this season too. Don't do me. I feel like I passed up in here. Shout out to Sarah Jakes. I didn't forget her last name. Jesus, why would I try to shout somebody I didn't forget her hyphen? But anyway, I've been getting some real good word from her here lately, and I Sarah Jakes Roberts. That's it. Shout out to her. I really like what she does. She's all right with me. But anyway, getting into season 2, episode 1. Not you acting brand new. Baby, call me Nunu. I'm just saying, I got my skates. I'm just saying, where's ATL? Because I'm going. I'm just saying, baby. Not you acting brand new. You know, sometimes the people don't like it when you grow and evolve and set boundaries for yourself that are to better yourself and protect yourself and line yourself up for a better life for yourself. Everyone can't handle that. And one thing I have learned here in these later seasons is that the more that I've continued to set up boundaries for who I am and who I'm not, what I'm going to accept and what I'm going to not accept, some of the kids don't like it. You know, not my problem, but, you know, it is a thing that happens out there. And so, you know, not you acting brand new. And I would actually like to say, yes, yes, I am. I'm very brand new. Again, call me new. I'm just saying. So, one thing about like being in my 40s and learning to change the boundaries of, again, what's acceptable and what's not. Sometimes we overextend ourselves because we feel like we have to in order to keep people around, in order to appease others, and you don't want to, be combative or cause conflict or whatever. But the older that I've gotten, it's kind of like, well, damn that. Excuse me, but no, we're not doing that. We're gonna do what feels right for us, what feels right for me, opposed to not. Because more often than not, I've learned that putting myself second, for lack of a better word, leaves me feeling second. And that's just not the program that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? That's just not what it's about. I'm a priority. I'm first priority. You see the material. I'm going to be plugging this throughout. So let's just, let's just go ahead. And I don't know if y'all want to take a shot or something every time you see me plug this, but it would be kind of a fun little game. How about you? I don't have no shot here with me. Otherwise, I would have done it with y'all. I wish we had a counter or something. But, yeah, you see the material. So it's like the older that I've gotten, it's like, don't play with me because I'm just not with it. And I'm not going to apologize for not being with it. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the space of growth that I found myself in very unapologetically. I'm not looking for shit. Don't get it twisted. I'm not out here with my fists up looking for problems. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a problem, I definitely will solve it. We ain't got no problem pulling up. I'm just, and one thing I've learned about it in the grand scheme of it all is me protecting my peace. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't feeling it. And, everybody's opinions are different about that. And one thing about me is that, I can't appease everybody. You can't please them all. But the one person you can please, excuse me, the one person you can please is yourself. And I find it a lot more peaceful at night to go to bed with a clear mind, knowing that I didn't compromise myself today. I did not give in to things that I didn't want to do. You know what I mean? I stood my ground. I stood for myself. I protected my boundaries. I respected myself today. And that goes a long way more often than overextending yourself, and after the fact you're feeling less than and you're feeling like, well, why did I even bother to do this? You know what I'm saying? And so today I want to talk honestly about what it looks like to grow and be okay with the version of yourself that you're becoming. Learning to be okay. It's okay to be okay. Wink, wink. So I know for me, realizing the old ways weren't working for me is when I kind of, as I was saying, I would end my day more often than not, and I would feel so drained. I would feel so overextended. I would feel like, why am I so tired? Why am I so drained to the point now I don't have anything left to give myself? And you don't have anything left to give yourself because you've been overextending yourself. And sometimes, unfortunately, with lack of return, and that lack of return is not always your fault. There are times when I have to, like, I can't even be mad at other people for me overextending myself, you know what I mean? And not expecting a return, or not valuing myself enough to know that I deserve reciprocation in every relationship, that I am in. And it just got to the point where I started to react less and observe more. I found myself kind of backing away and just kind of watching how things happen when I don't do things, and when I don't say things, and just kind of watching how things turn. You know what I mean? And I think realizing that I don't have to be everywhere I don't have to please everyone. I can't please everyone. I'm not going to. And realizing that is something that's very important. And at some point, protecting your peace, it becomes non-negotiable. It's a non. It's just it's not something I'm going to play about. It's not something I'm going to apologize for or anything like that. It's something when I stop tolerating it. I stopped tolerating what I felt was me being disrespected by others. I felt that the energy that I was giving out, I wasn't getting back. And when I became honest with the relationships that were in my life and taking off titles and just this or that or history and things like that, and just looking at the actions that are taking place, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I didn't like how I came across in the grand scheme of it. I didn't like how I was standing with the short end of the stick, and I just didn't like it, and so I at a space also where I don't have to explain. I don't have to explain. I don't have to, because I think we are adults. And at some point, it's kind of a space where it's like, well, don't insult my intelligence, and I'm not going to insult yours to believe that you don't know what you're doing. And so, with that being said, I'm going to move accordingly, and which is more often than not moving on, moving stage left, getting out of the way, because I'm just not going to participate in it. My piece is worth so much more now to where I don't explain it. I just exit. Call it ghosting. I don't know if you want to call it that or not. Am I contradicting myself? I don't know. But I will ghost a mother real quick if I need to move on with my life, because that's just where we are today. Time is precious, and wasting time on people who don't appreciate it is one of the worst wastes of your energy. And so my energy has shifted to focusing on relationships that are reciprocating the same energy that I give out, and also making sure that I feed myself what I want others to feed me. You know, it's important that you treat yourself well. You have to respect yourself in order for others to respect you. You have to have boundaries for yourself for what works for you and what doesn't. It just cannot be this open door policy of treat me how you want to treat me, and I'm just gonna let you. No. Who wrote you that? Who said that? Shout out to Candy. Who said that, honey? That's just not what we on. And so where it gets to a point now, then the conversations change because people react differently. They don't know how to take that energy. Some people don't know how to take that energy, because I feel ultimately those people who can't don't know how to receive that energy, don't know how to react to that energy, are people who took advantage of previous versions of you, who benefited from previous versions of you. And now it's like, well, what do you mean this? And what do you mean that? And well, you're used to this and you're used to that. And what do you mean? And now it's a problem, opposed to them being, I won't use the word proud, but opposed to them being accepting of your evolution. And more often than that, I feel as though those same people are not evolving. Because if you were evolving, then you would respect my evolution as well. You know what I mean? Game recognized game, boo. So if we're both evolving and boundaries are changing between one another, and the way I handled things one time is not the way I handle things now, and et cetera, I would think that you would have some boundaries that have changed as well. I would think that there would be things about you in this time in life that no longer are acceptable for you, where at one point in time maybe they were. You know what I mean? And so that's the space where you begin to understand who's who and who's not, and you have to kind of then label the people accordingly. And missing people, but not missing who you were, is where you have to land with that. That's a very important space to land with that, because I have relationships where I miss people terribly. I'll be honest. I there are some people that were in my life that are no longer in my life. I miss them. I miss the camaraderie. I miss certain things about us. But in the grand scheme of that, what I don't miss is the old me. I don't miss the other side of that coin. I don't miss it. And so again, here's a space where you have to choose you. You know what I'm saying? And so outgrowing people, it doesn't make you cold. It just makes you honest about where you're going in your life. You're not being fake. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing worse. I've had situations where I've tried to maybe revisit the past and, certain relationships and things of that nature. Again, just going down memory lane, and or you don't want to hurt people's feelings, to let them know that you are no longer who you once were, and these conversations do nothing for me. Like, they do nothing for me at all. And it's not even a disrespect. It's not even a shade. It's no shade. It's no tea. It's just what it is. And we evolve, and those who don't evolve, unfortunately, fall away. And having to be okay with that is something that comes with evolving. Letting go and let God. Let go and let God. Okay. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. See, if I had a studio audience, they would be clapping for these vocals. I'm just saying, thank y'all. They would be clapping for these vocals. I'm just, I ain't gonna give y'all too much today. I've been on my chill. But you know what I'm saying? Just, you have to let go. And one thing that people who respect you and respect your evolution will know is that boundaries are not punishment. It's respect. It's a space where we're respecting each other and what works for me today and what doesn't work for me today, And there's a space where that comes where you're even with that, and when that doesn't work and you don't respect that, I'm going to pull back. As I mentioned earlier, we're too old to be explaining stuff. That I just feel that way. There are certain conversations that are worth having. There are other conversations I feel like are common sense, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we're not going to talk about the sky being blue. We know the sky is blue. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? So if I have to pull back from a situation without explaining, I'll do that. I'm not going to apologize for growing. I'm not going to apologize for choosing myself. I'm not going to apologize for wanting to better myself. I'm not going to apologize for choosing to respect myself and the boundaries that I have created for myself to better myself. I'm not going to apologize for that. And people who are in your life who do not, again, accept that or celebrate that, I think there needs to be a review. I think we need to review their file and find out, well, why are they here? Are they just here for this or that or what? And I think you have to then move accordingly so that your life can align the way it should, and you're around the people that you should be around. I want my tribe to be genuine. I want my tribe to be celebratory. I do not want to be around people who are tolerating me. I would rather you just go away. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. And the older I get, I appreciate those relationships far more than relationships that are surfaced and more tolerable than anything else, And so distance comes with that. You know what I mean? Distance is self-respect. It's self-respect because I'm not going to allow myself again to put myself in situations that are not going to better me. You understand what I'm saying? And everything doesn't deserve a conversation. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I'm just a firm believer in that. I'm not a person who shies away from conflict or anything like that. But there was a time where I used to over-explain to people. I used to explain my heart. I used to explain my ass off. I can roll my ass off like Whitney told Bobby and Whitney. Oh, Whitney Houston. Shout out to Whitney. I went to the Brandy and Monica concert. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm gonna jump back on topic, but it was amazing, y'all. Oh my God. It was amazing. But there was a time where I used to over-explain myself to people and making sure that they really got it and they really understood what I was saying. And this is not personal, and I really want you to understand my journey and how I feel about things. And I'm giving them a whole paper about stuff. And they hit me back with some, okay. Again, I'm over-invested. They're not. So now I just stand firm on my decisions. It is what it is. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it? Well, you don't like it. I sure damn don't like it. Shout out to Knee and Candy. Did you say my mama belonged in the gutter? I didn't say that. If I said that, I would have wrote it. Well, that's what you imply. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to go watch that. That didn't hit me right now. Well, what you said was some bullshit. Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. And so anyway, moving on, you get to a space where now I show up for me. I show up very unapologetically me. It is what it is. It costs what it costs. And either you gonna roll with it or you're not. Now, I'm not saying I'm being a bitch to people and, just, have no compassion or empathy for life anymore because it's all about me. But there is a space where you do learn to find the balance in how to extend yourself, how to not extend yourself, what type of relationships you want in your life, what type you don't, when to let go, when to hold on, all of that. You learn that. And so I'm proud of me. If I can be very frank, I'm proud of me. I don't chase, I replace. Ooh. Well, I don't really replace because I'm single as hell, but I still don't chase. You know what I'm saying? I don't chase. I'm not in a space now to chase and beg and go through no hoops and hollers for people. Bye. Next. Hey, this thing gonna keep on pushing. Jason gonna keep on going. And that's just where I'm at in life now. Very unapologetic. I'm not rude. I'm not looking for smoke. I'm not, nothing like that. God bless. But no, I'm not. And so sometimes people will confuse your confidence. That they confuse that energy with arrogance. Oh, well, he arrogant now. No, I'm not arrogant. I'm very confident in who I am and who I am becoming and where I am going. That's what I am. Now, if you can't take it, that sounds like something you need to discuss with your therapist, not me. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that again, very unapologetic and just downright truthfully about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just where it is now. And I don't feel no kind of way because I feel like whoever's going to roll with me is going to roll with me. And whoever's not is not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking for nobody's approval. I'm not looking for nobody to stand up for me and this and that. I'm okay with being misunderstood because you don't have my path. You don't know my journey. You don't know where I'm supposed to be going in my life, but I do. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it now. I used to feel like, oh, nobody gets what I'm doing and they don't see what I see and I don't know, maybe this is wrong because damn that. Yeah. You got the vision. I got the vision. I'm talking to me now. I got the vision. Damn it. So I don't need no one's approval on going this way or going that way. I'm going the way that I've been told to go. And either you with it or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm continuing to evolve and not apologize for it. I'm excited about where I'm going. I'm proud of the journey and how and every step has not always been great, but I'm proud of where I sit today. Damn it. um, and so acting brand new sometimes it makes people think you're acting this or acting that, but it's really you just acting healed. I'm just healed, baby. It's called I need a healing for my soul. Just give me just for my soul. I need Kelly Price. Shout out to Kelly Price, but Kelly Price is. Y'all be seeing her rant and stuff online and stuff. She, I don't know, but. Anyway, shout out to Kelly Price because I love me some, singing, but I just don't know what else to say about Kelly. And she pulled up to a Christmas party she pulled up to a Thanksgiving party looking like she should have stayed at home. I don't know anyway, okay. I mean, do they have style? I mean, okay. So, as I said, as I continue to evolve and grow and learn and protect myself, I am protecting every aspect of me. I'm protecting my goals. I'm protecting my dreams. I'm protecting my prayers. I'm protecting my career. I'm protecting my finances. I'm protecting my friends. I'm protecting my family. I am on protection mode, and I'm not apologizing for it because anybody who doesn't wish me well, I would just there's no black and white anymore. And I think there's a space where I used to hold so much gray and for things, but you can't live in the gray. Black, oh, it's black, it's white, it's something, yeah, it's black. Remember the people was doing this, it's something, yeah. I don't know the words to that one. I didn't understand back then how the people was changing, anyway. Sorry. So anyway, but that's where I am as far as protecting things in my life. I'm trying to build something for myself that will last. I'm trying to build a happy life for myself. I'm trying to build a free, healed life for myself, and anything less than that is uncivilized. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to apologize. Let me run it back for the people in the back. I'm not going to apologize for any of that. Not none of it, damn it. But, so you either it is or it isn't. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing about it at the end of the day, I don't regret healing. I don't regret the relationships I've lost or I've walked away from, or even those that have walked away from me, baby. Blame it on me. Say it was my fault. As long as it's over. Shout out to Chrisette Michelle. She said, blame it on me. Say it's my fault. I don't care. Just long as it's over. I don't care. Baby, say whatever. Shit, I don't care. I don't give a damn. Hell. But, at the end of the day, the piece that I've gained is something that I wouldn't replace. I wouldn't change it for the world, So peace changed me. It changed me for the better. Growth changed me. It changed me for the better. Healing, it changed me. It changed me for the better. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I don't have not one complaint, baby. So, with that being said, let them call you new. Make you a t-shirt and say new, new, boo. You know, call me new, new. I'm just saying, let them call you new. It's a compliment. I embrace it. I accept it to be what it is because I am new. New, to be exact. Now, that's all we got for this week. So we're going to talk about next week's episode now. So now next week, we're getting into some things, talking about being okay. It's okay to be okay. And one thing that I'm learning on my healing journey is it's okay to be okay. By default, so many times we kind of look for something to worry about or look for something to stress about. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not any of that out there to worry about and stress about. Things are actually okay. That's why it's okay to be okay. So, with that being said, I thank you guys for rocking with me today on season 2, episode 1. Not you acting brand new. Thank you guys for your time. And until next time, bye. Look at my hands. What is this? Bye.